I'm back. ah, Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, Ethan of Shadow Dude 17 Plays, and I welcome you all to a brand spanking new Let's Play. It's time to do the Brother series of Crash Bandicoot at the time of the PlayStation 1, Spyro the Dragon. I absolutely love Spyro the Dragon. It's the original trilogy is one of those must-haves on your PS1 back in the day. I can't tell you how many times I played this game. It's just so much fun. And I'll go more over it, once I get into the main game itself. But Spyro the Dragon came out like in 1998, so I think that's around the time when Crash Bandicoot 2 came out. I think Crash Bandicoot 2 came out in 97. But yeah. But anywho, let's not waste any more time. Let's start a brand new game, and let's get this son of a bitch started. In the world of dragons, ellipses. Is that what the world's called, ellipses?
Okay, rolling.
Oh, it's been peaceful here in the Five Worlds, or is it 6? For a dragon's age. We now have 12,000 treasure, or is it 14,000? What about this Gnasty Gnorc character? Now, I understand he's found a magic spell to turn gems into warriors for his cause.
I'll take that question. Gnasty Gnorc is a simple creature.
Simple.
He has been contained in a remote world and is no threat to the Dragon Kingdom. No threat! Besides, he is ugly. That does it!
Looks like I've got some things to do.
Oh, not again. Jeez. Didn't know that Gnasty Gnorc was such a drama queen, but yep, Gnasty Gnorc is definitely the bad guy of this game. The Spyro series will go through a lot of bad guys in the series, and hey, look at that, already our first dragon. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the Spyro the Hedgehog. No.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Free 10 dragons in the Artisans World. Then find the balloonist. He'll transport you to the next world.
What about Gnasty Gnorc? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first. That's all I can tell you.
Spyro the Hedgehog, whoops. Spyro the Dragon. I hope you all enjoyed the Spyro the Dragon Let's Play. Nah, I'm just kidding. So, as you can definitely see, Spyro the Dragon is your basic 3D platformer. You have a hub world, which we're in right now, and there's all sorts of collectibles that we need to get. Well, 2 collectibles. Well, no, 3. I gotta remember those dragon eggs, but how Spyro the Dragon is structured is your basic collectible 3D game, kind of like with Banjo-Kazooie, except not as a you don't have to collect as much things as you do in that game, especially not Donkey Kong 64. Ugh. Donkey Kong 64 is its own annoyance of collectibles. So, basic story. I guess the dragons were having an interview and they were talking shit about Gnasty Gnorc. It's weird. For some reason, some of the people say Gnasty Gnorc, but then there's some who pronounce it as Gnasty Gnorc. Honestly, it's one of those like tomato situations. I don't think it depends on how you enunciate it. As long as you know who they're talking about, it's perfectly fine. But anywho, apparently he listened to their interview and he got pissed, and now he's crystallized all the dragons in every single world. Yep, there's more than one world in this game. So, like I said, if you played Banjo-Kazooie beforehand, you probably have played a game structured like this before. Heck, even Super Mario 64 is kind of structured a bit like this, but the only thing is that when it comes to Banjo-Kazooie and Super Mario 64, you're only in one hub world. In here, there's I think about 5 or 6 hub worlds. I'm not too sure. Maybe there's 7. I'm trying to remember at the top of my head. It's been a while since I touched the first Spyro game. But I did a test play of this before, starting the Let's Play. So I should have a grasp on what I should be doing. And if I kind of spend a long time looking for treasure, everybody, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I should probably tell you how I'm going to approach. There we go. God, I'm losing my grammar as I'm getting older. gonna teach you or tell you guys how I'm approaching this LP. I'm approaching this LP as a 100% LP. Yep, I'm gonna be collecting all the dragons, all the treasure, and all the dragon eggs. Dragons are definitely the easiest to get because, well, look at this. They're not that hard to miss whatsoever. They're all crystallized and whatnot. Then they make this little crystallized sound. And I don't know what to pronounce it, but all you just need to do to save the dragons is walk up to it, and there you go. And we rescued Deblin. Or Delbin, whatever.
Where's Gnasty Gnorc? I'll torch him.
Keep your horns on, Spyro! You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing? His name is Sparks, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
Yeah, when you save a lot of the dragons, they usually give you a lot of hints to help you out. And everything like that. And, of course, one of the hints that he gave us is, you probably noticed this little dragonfly that's flying around me. His name's Sparks. He is Spyro's companion, in a sense. He's also your health meter, as well. So, just in case, if you're wondering, what's the endurance that Spyro has, Sparks represents how much damage that Spyro could take. Spyro could take a good amount of 4 hits before he dies. And every time you take a hit, Sparks will change a different color. Right now he's gold and bright. That means we're at full health. But if I get hit once, he'll turn blue. If I get hit once again, he'll turn green. And then if I get hit another time, he'll be gone. And then if I get hit one more time when he's gone, then, you know, I'm dead. You know, basic, very, very basic health system, really. Well, also Sparks has a nice little attachment to him also, is that, as you can see, when I get close to some gems, he's able to pick them up. It's really helpful because pick up the gems with Spyro regularly is kind of a pain in the ass, and it's more of a pain in the ass when you don't have Sparks with you if you're on that last bit of health. I mean, honestly, it's really annoying, but I think I left this guy crystallized for too long. Let's save him. Tomas.
Hey, Spyro, press the jump button twice to glide, and don't be afraid.
Afraid? Of what?
Falling from high mountain peaks, plummeting into prehistoric glaciers?
Oh, that.
I thought there was going to be a afraid of flying joke in there, but I guess not. Oh yeah. Another thing to bring up is that Spyro the Dragon is actually created by Insomniac Games. The same people who brought us games like Ratchet and Clank and Resistance. Yeah, like such a broad variety of game series. I know. Well, Ratchet and Clank I could understand because it's kind of cartoony and whatnot. Resistance, that's a whole different story. But these guys, this is pretty much their first series they've ever tackled on. They did a game before this called like Disruptor, I think that's what it was, and I'm not too sure how well that game did, but after that they tackled on the Spyro the Dragon series, and I love the Spyro the Dragon trilogy on the PlayStation 1. It's one of those best. It's kind of like with Crash Bandicoot, you know, the trilogy on the PS1 was the best, and then anything afterwards was kind of eh. I mean, they do exist a couple of good Spyro games out there, like the reboot series, The Legend of Spyro is not a bad series. The first one and the third one were good. The second one, ugh. If I ever do a Let's Play of that, oh god, I'm gonna rip that game a new asshole. But anywho, so I just collected every single piece of treasure, and I should have got all the dragons. Oh wait, no, there's one dragon left. He's right in front of this mysterious dragon head. You know, I'm gonna save him. Call it a hunch, I think he'll be telling me something useful later. But anywho, with every hub world there are levels, and let's go on to our very first level, Stonehill. I hope you brought your hash and pipes, people, because it is called Stonehill. Alright, Stonehill. Stonehill is a basic first level. It's grassy, it's flat, it's easy to navigate, it's a perfect first level. In fact, you know, this game is pretty non-linear. You could pretty much do any level in the hub worlds at your pace. In fact, you don't have to do all of them. You see, in order for us to progress from level to level, or actually world to world, I should say, is that we need to collect a certain amount of objects, and there's this balloonist that will take us to the next world. In here, for the first balloonist, we need to save 10 dragons. And so far I've saved about 3, so I need about 7 more if I'm going to continue on to the next hub world, which is Peacekeepers. Speaking of dragons, here's one right now. Let's save him. Lindar.
When you free a dragon or step on one of their platforms, you're saving your progress. That could be useful if you run into trouble. Not that you ever run into trouble, Spyro.
Just imagine Spyro, you know, impaling one of those yaks I did early a second ago, going, "Get in what now?" But he pretty much just explained that every single time we save a dragon, and actually, let me go back to him to give you guys more clarity of what I'm talking about. Every time we save a dragon, you know, they're always on these little platforms. These platforms, if you stand upon them, you're able to do 3 things. One is that you're able to save your progress. This is how you save your game. And if you don't, if you quit your game and don't get on this platform and save, well, consider a lot of your progress lost. I will say that. It's kind of a pain in the ass. But another thing, too, is that you could also replay the dragon as well, also. Just in case if you didn't understand them the first time. And then there's a continue function, which allows you to just go on your merry way. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go back and save. Just in case. And don't worry, it'll automatically save once you click the save function. You don't have to choose any file or anything like that. Nope, it's pure, it's straight to the point. Alright then, so let's see what items are in this game, or in this area. There's 200 treasure and 4 dragons. So far I got 80 treasure. Nope, make that 85. And then, you know, gotta get the dragons and whatnot. As you could probably see by the treasure, you know, there's all sorts of different colors of treasure out here. Each color of treasure represents how much the amount of the treasure itself. Red ones are pretty much 1 treasure, green ones are 2, blue ones are 5, yellow ones are 10, and then later down the road we'll counter some purple ones, and those ones are about 25. And word of advice, the later we go through this game, the higher the gem counts will be for each level. I mean, right now it's about 200 that we need to find, but soon we're going to be finding like 400, 500, and I think there's like 600, I think. And I'm not going to count the bonus level at the very end, because it has like about, I think like 1,000 or something like that. I'm not too sure, but, you know, that's why they have those 25 pieces of treasure, so we can, you know, just because there's more treasure we need to find, that means they'll just put more bigger pieces of treasure, like increments of 5 and 10, so it makes our progress easier to collect, you know, 500, 600 pieces of treasure. But anywho, this is a key, as you can probably see. The keys here are for a special treasure chest. A treasure chest with a lock on it, and once you get the key and get to the treasure chest that has a lock on it, you're able to get some treasure out of it. It always contains treasure. In fact, it's down here, and I'll be with you in a second. Treasure. See, there we go. It easily breaks for you and whatnot, and there you go. I'm down here, let's save him. Gavin. Weird name.
Watch the dragonfly, Spyro. His color indicates his power. When he eats butterflies, he stays strong. Like me.
Sure.
Egotistical fuckwad. Ah. But anywho, there's all sorts of different treasure chests out there. There's the standard red ones that you're able to flame or charge with Spyro. And flaming and charging is simple. To flame, you just press the circle button, and to charge, you press the square button. I use the charge a lot when it comes to running around the worlds here, because it's the quickest way of transportation, because Spyro won't get any faster than this unless there's special help from a certain power-up that will come in like World 3. And I'll talk about that when it comes to that. But anywho, you have these red treasure chests that you're able to flame or charge. Here it's straight to the point. There's also treasure chests that contain that are in metal. They're cased in metal, and only the charge is able to destroy them. See, like this one right here. Only the charge is able to destroy them. If you flame them, nothing will happen. Then later we'll counter some ones that will have a metal chest that has a fan on it. Then ones that are you have to flame them, but the gem pops up, but you have to grab it before it gets back into the treasure chest. We'll counter those later down the road, but for now, we just have your basic standard treasure chest at this point. Let's save this guy, and we save Gildes. I think that's his name.
Spyro, my friend, how about a hint on gliding?
You bet.
For the longest glide, press the X button at the top of a jump, and try pressing the triangle button to drop down in mid-flight.
Yeah, I was giving us a bunch of gliding tips. Real simple to glide, you know. You jump with the X button. If you press X again, you're able to do a glide. Well, he's pretty much telling us it's a no-duh situation where if you press X at the top of your glide, you know, you get the... That's the first... You get the maximum amount of distance when it comes to gliding. What's this little bastard? I got him. What do you drop? Ooh, an egg. Now I can finally make that omelet I wanted. But nah, these are dragon eggs. These are the third collectible of the game. And there's about... Here. I'm actually going close to the TV. Let's see. 1, 2... There are about 12 dragon eggs for us to find. And we're going to be finding a majority of them in the third world. Call it a hunch. But, you know, they're the last collectibles. Since I'm going to be 100% in this game, I'm going to find all the dragons, collect all pieces of treasure, and get all the dragon eggs. How did I think about it? This is probably going to be my first Let's Play ever 100% in on, because I can't recall a certain any Let's Plays I've done in the past that 100%ed. Very odd. And it doesn't matter. I'm close to the 200 mark. There's one more piece of treasure. Ah, there it is. And booyah. I should have everything in this world. Oh, wait, no. I'm missing one dragon. Where am I missing it? Oh, wait, I remember. Whoops. Yeah, I passed him. I passed him when I was going to get the key for the treasure chest that had a lock on it. Here he is. Sorry, buddy. At store, you get to save last.
After you freed all the dragons, pass through this fancy vortex thingamajigger. It'll take you back to the artisan home. But first, let me tell you a story.
No thanks. See ya.
Let me tell you about a story about 200 years ago. On a day like this, 200 years ago, when I talked about a story about 200 years ago. Alright, well, pretty much what the dragon's saying is that in every single level of the game, there's always these return home portals. These things right here. There's two ways for you to exit the level, actually. You can either use this portal to return home, or you can press pause, and you could go to exit level. Like so. Yeah, I could have just went on the return home portal, but I might as well just exit the level while I'm at it.